getting the sofa ready to go for a nap, and Alba gets in the way.
Oh, I'm in a cave.
I don't think she cares.
Give me the pillow, Lily.
Is that cozy? Should we have a nap now? Shall we have a nap? Shall we nap together? Hey? Shall we nap together, Alba? Hi. Hi, Alba. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Shall we nap together? Oh, I got something on my back. Yeah. You gorgeous? Yeah. Oh. We've been given these key rings over time. These 3 are handmade by the lovely Louisa. She's one of my pen pals. And this one was given to Soph through a chronic illness group. But I couldn't bear to put them on our keys because I didn't want to make them break. So for now, until we decided to find somewhere nice for keyring wise to put them, I put this little magnetic tape on all of them, and they're going to live on our fridge, and then when we've found the perfect place, all they'll do is they just peel off, and then we can have them back as key rings. But for now, they're going to look beautiful on our fridge. Say hello, everyone. Oh, Dixie! Oh, you ass, Dixie! Oh, take 2, people, take 2. Look how beautiful you are. Oh, it didn't fall off easily that time. Good girl! We showed Mummy that I was crowning it.
Yeah, apart from the fact that you didn't say it a minute ago, so when I came in, she was just like, Alba was crowning, and I was just like,
And I had the camera out. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, you staring at me now?
Stare. I'm going to start off.
You want in this? It's bottled on me.
Drink it up, drink it up, drink it up, Mum. Drink it up, yeah, let's drink it up, Mum. Drinking and binging on water and juice. That's...
I can't take it, Mum. I can't take it, Mum.
Sophie's downstairs. She's doing my medication and getting my hot drink ready. I've just come upstairs, about to start my naps. And I've got a fake spider. One of our spoony friends sent it to me today. And I'm going to put it in the bed. I'm going to try and capture her pulling back the duvet and seeing this on the bed. Fingers crossed it works. I've pulled the duvet back. I've pulled the mattress topper back. And I've hid it under the mattress topper. God, I hope this works.
My ears like a kid. Did you put that there on purpose?
What?
To try and creep me out? Because it didn't work.
Ah!
You're so gutted, aren't you?
Yeah! I failed, guys. I really failed.
You got me stood there singing that little tune for ages. You're a wanker. Jeez, I'm starting to stress.
I would have censored it.
That's not the point.
Epic fail!
Yeah, you failed, babe.
What gave it away?
It just looked fake. I just saw it and thought, I don't know. First of all, it's just like, what's that? And then I was like, that's one of them fake spiders.
See, from this angle, it looks quite realistic.
I think if I hadn't have seen it earlier, when I accidentally threw it across the floor downstairs, then I probably would have freaked out. But I remember seeing it earlier, so then I was just like, oh. And first of all, I thought that I might have brought it up in my jumper or something, so I just took my jumper off. And then I was like, no, hang about, there's a little bit of mischief managed going on here.
Epic fail.
Yeah.
We're somewhere different. Whoop, whoop.
That was making the background go weird a minute ago, so I'm a bit freaked out to move in case it does it again. I don't know if it's because it's... What are we doing? Who are we? It's not funny.
I'm allowed to do that because I got mental health issues.
And I don't. But it's not the point. It's terrible.
Anyway, we're in the Harry Potter room. Yay! But we're still not showing it you because it's still not finished. We've kind of come to a halt at it at the minute. So, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's just the last little bit, like, the tidying. And we're so shit at that. So obviously we're stalling. Yeah. Oopsie. There's not much to go though, so hopefully it won't be much longer. But today's been a little bit crap.
Yeah.
So when I set an alarm, both of us hardly slept from 6 o'clock. We were like worrying we were going to forget the alarm. And then we rung Ticketmaster, we rung Liverpool, London, Ticketmaster again, trying to get these pink tickets. We rung 893 times. No joke. I'll even insert a picture here of our call list if you don't believe us.
And literally out of all of those, we got through twice. And by got through, I don't necessarily mean to speak to a person, I just mean it actually rang. Rather than just said, this service is busy, please call back later. Like, that I'm not counting as getting through, because that's not getting through. But yes. So I think we spoke to one person today. Is it one person?
Probably, yeah. And the annoying thing is, I mean, I'm really pleased for this person who got tickets, but one of our friends, we rang Ticketmaster first, and they said there was no disabled seats left at all. Nothing. Ouch! And then I was talking to a friend, and she lives in Wales, and then she messaged me saying she had no luck, and I was like, yeah, I've had no luck either, and I've rung all of these people.
Continually for like
Sophie was on a phone, I was on a phone and a computer. And then about 10 minutes later, she messages me like, I've just got tickets. I was like, what? From where? Ticketmaster. The people I had rung an hour ago that told me there was no disabled seats at all. So let's just say I'm a little bit pissed.
Yeah.
But what can you do? So for example, London, I think it's Wembley Arena that it is, for the 2, 3, 4,000 seats that they have, there's 147 disabled seats. Now how fair is that?
And that's all disabled, so not necessarily
Wheelchair or
anything like that. It's just disabled. So within those 147 seats,
there's probably about 5 wheelchair seats.
Probably, because that's the average. I mean, we don't know exactly because we haven't looked, but that's generally more or less kind of like their percentages that they tend to do for like wheelchair compared to disabled compared to non-disabled. So we were kind of doomed from the get-go, really. Which is shit.
Yeah. So then I've decided that it should be law that every arena and every place where there's a concert, a performance, unless it's like Bristol Hippodrome, which has been there for God knows how many years.
Unless it's got some kind of architectural
grade 2 listing or something.
Yeah, then, you know, that you can understand.
But if not, like the Wembley Arena, like the Principality in Cardiff, if that's what it's called.
She might have just made that up, I don't know.
I think it's that. They should have it that every chair should be able to be taken out. So if I rang up and said, oh, I want to book a ticket, but technically it wasn't a disabled person's ticket, they could say, yeah, we can do that for you because we can just remove the seat. Why can't they do that for every arena?
I can tell you exactly why they don't.
Cost.
Not
and
just that.
Manpower and...
It's the amount of people they can pack into a room, because obviously with normal non-disabled seats and chairs, usually they're a lot narrower, or they're like bench seats, or they're really closely packed together, or they're like on tiers up steps and stuff. Whereas obviously if they were to do that, they'd have to make all of them accessible, so they'd all need to have a lift to them, or of some kind, and the spaces for the chairs would also have to be a lot bigger, so they'd get less people in, which means they'd get less money outcome.
But it's shit.
It is shit.
Because I struggled, when I went into a wheelchair, I struggled really, really hard. Like, I couldn't cope. Like, I was this really, really active person that used to go swimming and running and God knows what else. So to then suddenly be in a wheelchair, it hit me hard. And I ended up in a secure mental health unit 6 months?
6 months.
Like under section, because that's how much I struggled. And every time something happens where I don't know, it's like if I can't get down for drop curb, or if I can't reach something in Tesco's or something like that, it gets to you that, oh, I used to be able to do that.
Yeah,
I could just go across there.
Usually it's all like the little things that sort of add up, and, you know, you get really pissed off about it, but a lot of the time you can kind of move past it because it's
trivial.
It's things like, I struggled getting up that drop curb, but I still managed to get up it, but it was difficult.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously if you were walking, you could just step up, not
and
even
then
a drop curb.
This situation,
this is a major hit.
It's just, oh yeah, you can't do that because you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, because the amount of tickets, when we were ringing up for those 2 hours continually, the amount of non-disabled tickets that were still there.
There's still tickets available for Pink throughout the UK.
But not ones that we can get to.
But we can book those tickets and then go. I mean, yes, there is standing seats available, like tickets available, but we can purchase those because I can't guarantee that I'll be at the front of the standing area to then be able to see any performance. We could be right at the back.
And also, it's also, like we discussed earlier, the fact that she just made her leg bleed. She's not like randomly sucking her finger, she's sucking her blood. But anyway.
I didn't know where to put it.
So in your mouth it went.
Recycle.
But anyway. But yeah, we were saying earlier, I mean, for a day like that, we'd have to take a lot of oxygen cylinders. By a lot, I mean probably like...
We take...
Like
8.
Tomorrow we're going to be taking 8.
To go to a hospital appointment.
Yeah. So obviously it's going to be a longer day than that, probably more than likely, because by the time you get in there, then you have the concert, and then you got to get out. It would be a lot of oxygen cylinders. And obviously...
We can't go into standing.
And it wouldn't be safe to do that for us or for the people around us. It just would not be safe. So it's just really horrible that
it's just like a rub in your face.
Made the provisions for it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, well there's tickets to go see Pink, but you can't have them.
Yeah.
It's like dangling a carrot in front of a rabbit's face, and it's just, ugh. It's so frustrating. It makes being disabled really shit. I mean, there's other stuff like that I can no longer do. I used to go to Alton Towers and Thorpe Park a lot. Mm. I can't go to theme parks anymore because I can't get onto the rides.
And it's also things that you don't necessarily have to get to a specific piece. So for example, when you go to places like Lost Gardens of Heligan or to National Trust places, the majority of them you also can't get around there.
The whole place.
Yeah, I mean, the outside parts, the majority of the time, there's only small bits that you can technically get around in a wheelchair, but can you get around comfortably and actually enjoy yourself? Probably not, because it's not the best surface area, so it's just like, most of the time it's just loose gravel, because they've tried to keep it sort of back to nature kind of thing. And like, for things like museums and like art galleries and everything like that we would love to do. I mean, we went to a museum on our first date, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we can't do stuff like that.
I wouldn't even be able to do that now.
No, because...
I wouldn't even get up into the entrance because it's just all steps.
Yeah.
So everything that we love is slowly like being etched away that we can no longer do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple things like the adoption. I mean, we still haven't made that video yet. We're still going to be doing a video about the whole adoption situation. But we got refused because I'm in a wheelchair. So they said on paper, yes, you're perfect. You can be you'd be an amazing parent. But when they come and see us in person, because I don't walk, no, you can't adopt anymore.
Yeah, and considering things like that, considering the main goal that we want out of life is so currently out of reach, and it seems like it's never going to happen. You know, a lot of people can throw themselves into work which we can't do, or can throw themselves into hobbies, which, yeah, we have a few crafts, but we can't do that all the time because
I couldn't go
it's
pottery making.
No.
Because I can't do the thing with my foot.
Yeah, there's or like you can't sew with an actual sewing machine or
Nope.
things like that because you just can't do these things, and it's everything like that. Like literally, like you say, it's getting chipped away.
Wouldn't think of.
Yeah, we struggle. We are struggling to get what we want out of life, and it's not like we can just go out there and miraculously make it happen.
It's not like we're not trying to make it happen.
Yeah, like I know there's some people out there that say if you want something, go out and get it.
We're going to get it.
We're trying, and we do everything that we can to try and do these things, and it just, we get stopped all the time by people, and yet people who are the type of people who say just go out and get these things are the types of people who think that anybody on benefits or the disabled are people who are just like bumming around, don't want to do anything.
Can't be bothered to work.
Yeah, and that's not the case. Literally, the majority of these people just want to be happy and want to have some kind of normal existence. Like, a life would be great, but an actual okay existence, you know.
Like having a purpose. I said to my mum when the shit hit the fan with the adoption thing, I was saying to her, like, what is my purpose here to be or to do? I can't be the paramedic I wanted to be. I can't do exercise like I wanted to. And now I can't be a parent. So it's just like, what is the actual point of me being here? I mean, I'm not suicidal at all anymore. So I'm not getting at that. Don't think, oh shit, she needs help. But when you think of it logically, if I can't do this and I can't do that, even volunteering for me, it's just not possible. So, I mean, you see on our vlogs, you see us sitting on a sofa, sitting in the bed, or sitting in front of the brick wall now. But you won't see a lot of our vlogs visiting places, going shopping every day, or something like that, because that's not something we can physically do.
Literally, the most exciting thing we ever seem to do, or seem to be able to do, is go to a hospital appointment.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yep. I mean, even with the girls, we take them out every day, but we can't take them to the places that we want to. It's just, even that is restricted. That we've got this book that we're just like, oh yeah, we could take the girls to one of these places like every weekend. But A, I can't access them all with my wheelchair. B, I physically would not be able to do it, let alone Soph. And C, just for a few of them, I wouldn't get the oxygen. And I can hear somebody saying, watching this vlog, why don't you just ring up and get some more oxygen from the oxygen company?
Doesn't work like that.
No. You can only ring up Monday to Friday. If you then run out on a Saturday but you want to go out on a Sunday, tough shit. If you have an emergency on the weekend, but you had, like on a Saturday, but you had plans on a Sunday, those plans are now gone on a Sunday because you needed that oxygen for a Saturday. And not only that, they shut at 5:30 on a weekday. And then to top it off, because I have 8 cylinders that I need to be able to go out, I can only order it once a week. So actually, like tomorrow when all of it is going to be used, I now then can't go out until next week.
And just to sort of give you an idea, those 8 cylinders last 12 hours. And tomorrow, for example, we have to be out of this house at approximately 6 a.m. and then we probably won't get back into this house until approximately 6 p.m.
Depending on traffic. If traffic is shit, I ran out of oxygen.
And that's just tough luck. There's nothing we can do about it. So, like, if we get down to the last tank or two, we have to half a dose, which is not good because clearly it's not enough. It's not good enough.
I'm on 4 litres for a reason.
But there's nothing we can do. Like, the only thing that we can do is ring up, like, the consultant-y person and get them to prescribe more bottles. But they won't do that.
I rung up last week to try and get back onto the concentrator, the portable concentrator. Nobody's rung me back. What can we do? We've rung the people that we know to ring, and nobody's returning the calls.
Because literally the only thing that the actual oxygen company themselves can do is bring out canisters. That's it.
So
literally, that's all they can do.
It's a limit in life. So I've been saying to Soph, if Pink comes to the UK, we are getting tickets. I've been saying now.
Well, since we got together.
Flipping literally, ages.
Since we got together.
Because we just got together when Pink last came to the UK. And the time before that, I went with my best friend Becky, and that was when I was walking. I think we were 18, probably about then. So it was about 10 years ago then. So the second I found out that Pink was coming to the UK on Friday, I was just over the moon. Like we said in the vlog, that we really wanted to do it, and then we couldn't afford to do it because of us being disabled and on sickness money. And then my mum surprised me.
Yeah, I just want to throw in there, contrary to popular belief, you don't get shitloads of money. You literally get enough to plod along with, if that. Because generally, more or less, like, there are times when your money gets stopped and it's not your fault. So you just have to, like, get into debt, basically. And then you've got to try and get yourself out of debt.
Like, we need a wheelchair accessible vehicle. So I don't actually get my full PIP payment. Yes, I get a car, but I miss out on about £300 a month, which actually, that £300 is really vital to actually afford bills to live.
Yeah.
So yes, a fantastic car. We've got a wheelchair accessible vehicle. Brilliant. But if you can't afford to put the petrol in it, there's no point in having a car. So actually, benefits isn't the be-all and end-all. It's actually really shit.
And we definitely don't go out, particularly not now with the oxygen situation, we definitely don't go out enough that balances out, like, being worth it. It just doesn't happen. But we don't have a choice. We have to have that car because we do get appointments and stuff. And there are some weeks that we get loads of appointments, and then can be several weeks that we get nothing, and we literally don't leave the house. And that is just how we live. But yeah, you were saying about
we were lucky that Mum surprised me and texted and said she'll pay for my birthday because it's in February. And then the whole disability thing just comes back at us. First we don't have the money, now we can't do it because of the physical disability side of it, not the financial side of it. So there's more aspects to it just being a physical or mental disability. It's financial, it's welfare because of where you live. It's endless.
And even, like, to the extent that if you're not disabled, or if you're not on benefits, and you've got yourself a job, and you want to earn a little bit of extra money, you can do that. You can get another job, or you can try and make things and sell things, and try and make yourself money to increase what you can spend. We can't do that. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to earn
my
any
Etsy
more
store,
money.
I will just put it out there, my Etsy store, I cannot make a profit. The cost of everything on my Etsy store is to replace the materials that I've used to make that item to begin with.
Yeah. So
there's zero profit.
Yeah. So basically the only reason that you do it is just it's something to do.
Yeah, and it got to the point that I was making so much that we were running out of stuff, like running out of places to put it. So it had to go somewhere. We've tried craft fairs, we've tried multiple places to try and sell it, but it's not always successful. And you got to weigh some of the times at craft fairs, tables cost £15 to £20.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not going to make that back, there's no point in booking that table because you're going to be out of pocket even more.
Yeah, so it's too much of a risk, isn't it, most of the time?
Yeah.
But yes, it's literally, it's like we're shat on all the time, continually, day after day, with everything changing, and like, oh my god, we could go to so much more detail, like inflation, for example, and how everything's going up in price, but we don't get any more money to mean that we can get the right amount of food or anything like that, or actually afford to go to our appointments. We don't get any increase. We've just got to sit there and think of, what should we go without this week?
It's like we've got a plan, like with my mum, my stepdad and my nephew coming down for Christmas to come see us, because this is the first Christmas that my side of the family is actually coming to us. So for us to plan that now, we would have to go weeks of saving up just to be able to afford that. And by that I mean the fuel to get 30 miles up the road and to enjoy a family meal.
Yeah, and that's literally it. Because when you live a life like we live, you don't get spare money each month. You just don't. If not, like we said a minute ago, you end up each month you have less money spare.
The government, with like employment and support allowance, which is what sick people get if they are no longer able, they've been signed off work by consultants, by doctors, by anyone in the medical profession. The government has made that money, I think it's like £53 a week. So that money is enough to pay for your water, your electric, your heating, and for us, because we are a married couple, it's enough to get food for the two of us. And I might point out right now that if I was a single person and Soph was completely out of the equation, I wasn't married, I would get more money.
I would too, just to clarify.
I would get £20 more money a week. But because we were a married couple, apparently you can save money on food. Because there's two of us eating, and ordinarily meals are 2 people. But if you're a single person, you could just have that food and then you've got a meal another day. So why do they get £20 more?
Yeah, so basically we actually get 1.5 persons worth of money
and
to live by.
That money that we get every week is money to pay for the bills and no more. It's not to pay the bills and, oh, here, have a bit of it in your pocket as well. Go enjoy yourself.
Or even
no.
Go and replace those shoes that are broken that you've been wearing for about 2 years that need replacing. It's not.
Which is another reason. I know I had somebody ask why I don't wear shoes on one of the previous vlogs. Another reason that we didn't want to say at the time, but as we're talking about it all now, I don't wear shoes because my AFOs, which is my splints that keep my legs in the right position, they need a bigger shoe that is longer and wider. And we can't afford that.
No. Literally, the only ones that we can find that they would fit in is...
I've had to rip out the soles.
Yeah, and it's like Converse, isn't it? Or Vans.
Yeah. So they're expensive shoes.
Yeah, and you can't get those, especially not in Charlie's foot sizes, because Charlie's got a ridiculous...
Ordinarily, I'm a size 10. With my splints in, I think it goes up to about a size 12. So a size 12 in Converse or Vans is a ridiculous amount. And we can't afford that. So the simple answer is I just don't wear my splints. So I don't wear shoes. So it's kind of, you need the money and then you end up borrowing from other people and then you end up getting in debt with other people as well as the bank because you've now got an overdraft because in that time period where you were changing over benefits when we got married, we got into debt because we had about 10 weeks we didn't have no benefits.
And, like, for example, when we moved from one council property to the other council property...
3 years ago.
Yeah, literally 3 years ago. It was right over Christmas, and so they basically made us pay for an extra week or two? 2 weeks? 1 week? Extra week of, like, housing... What was it? Housing benefit?
Just 270 something pound they made us pay extra. For
an extra week. And we're still trying to pay that off because it's just ridiculous. And it's just like, we argued our case in the fact that they chose to
tell us we had to move at that time.
We had to move. Was it Boxing Day?
Yeah.
We had to move on Boxing Day, and that's all well and good, you know, we were fine moving on Boxing Day.
And then they wanted the keys within a week, which is New Year's Day, which is another bank holiday.
Yeah.
Which meant New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and on Boxing Day, obviously, we couldn't give the keys back. And obviously there's no services around for us to have got a man with a van, which then meant it put us back another couple of... I think it was a day, actually.
Yeah, I think it was...
We took the keys back. They opened up at 9 in the morning. I think we took the keys back at 10. And because of that hour, we had to pay £270.
Which we're still trying to pay off. I mean, we get... Do we get red letters?
Yeah, we've had loads of red letters.
Yeah, we've had loads of red letters. But there's nothing we can do about it because we don't have that money spared.
We can't vanish it out of anywhere. So we do a savings scheme where we save £1 or something a day, and at the end of the year we save money.
It's not like £1 a day. It's a penny a day, basically.
And then, on the 1st of January it's 1p, then the 2nd of January it's 2p, and then it increases, and by the end of the year, I think the last day of the year you pay, like, you try and save £3 something. And that money at the end of the year will be to hopefully pay off this debt with the other house and to pay off debts that have been building up into their thousands.
And those are literally, like, the way that we accumulate that money is literally, like, if we take out £10 and we spend, like, £9.80 in Tesco's for shopping, then
change.
We'll keep that 20p, put it in a jar, and that adds up to
that's
one
our
of our
savings.
That's how our saving works. So
it's not the savings for a holiday, it's the saving to pay off debt.
Yeah.
So when we had this opportunity to go see Pink, paid by somebody else, for us to go and enjoy ourselves as us, for something that we enjoy.
As a normal couple would.
Yeah. It's been thrown straight back at us.
Yeah, can't do it.
Which is really shit, really.
Basically, that was a really long rant, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, half an hour. Enjoy that.
Yeah. But in other news, Dixie, bless her.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's cut her ear. So, like, this is her ear, and the top of her ear is now split. So it's
not
got
quite
like
that much.
No,
it's
like
not as bad as that.
It's literally just
it's
like
a teeny tiny
a millimetre.
Split. It's kind of like a paper cut in a paper cut. That kind of bad.
Yeah.
But
on her ear.
What's it right on the tippy tip?
Yeah, and then when she was out running today, her and Albert hit each other. I don't know if it's in the video, actually. No, we wasn't filming by that point.
What?
I don't know. It might be in the vlog, but I'm not sure. But they collided as Dixie went to get the frisbee, and Dixie bit her tongue. Oh.
It was mortifying. Like, literally.
Blood.
Bless her. She just wanted to carry on playing.
And we were like, no, get in.
You've got to go in and check your tongue.
Because we were just like, we couldn't see with all the blood how bad she had bit through her tongue. So we didn't know if we had to rush to the vets or not. Thankfully, it's not gone 100% through. It's just
like a little nick on the underneath.
Yeah, I think a big canine, I think it is, had obviously just hit it, and she just like kind of bit the underneath of her tongue. But still, it was mortifying.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little girl. We're going to investigate it now in a minute. Because we haven't done... I was halfway through my nebs, so it's just what my meds. And I was like, let's go end the vlog in the Harry Potter room.
Yeah, and then this massive rant happens. So,
yeah. So we're going to go sort our girls out and finish my meds.
Yeah.
And then we've got to be up early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll take you with us, but I can't guarantee that. So enjoy this little rant, and good night, and see you tomorrow.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Brace yourself. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yes! That was great, wasn't it? I'm so proud of that one. You get it.
Save me.
I am literally so proud of that.
Somebody send me the divorce papers.
It took me like 10 minutes to think of, and then I had it, and then I had to practice it.
And then you had to try and remember it whilst
Yeah,
ranting.
exactly.
So we'll
impressed
see
with
you
myself.
tomorrow, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow. But brace yourself. Oh, not very well. There we go. Guys, look how pretty the sky is. It's like really orangey pink over there. And then over there it's like, okay, that looks even nicer. I can't really see that because I'm too short. But obviously my arm's taller than like my face. Look how pretty it is. Is that not like completely gorgeous? I think so. Oh, too bright. There we go. Oh, too bright. There we go.